Everybody, welcome back. We're going to do an art journal page today using some Dylusions goodies. Ooh, yeah, make it cute. We've got some new Dylusions paint. I already did a few things I figured you didn't need to watch me do. This is just yellow watercolor paint, which is Daniel Smith Hands of Yellow Light, my favorite yellow watercolor paint in the world. And I don't need this anymore, so we'll get it out of the way. I got a new stencil this week, which I love. And I think we're going to use this stencil and do some random dots. I'm not going to line them up the way they're lined up on here, just like random. A little cup for some paint. Now this paint is Dylusions shimmer paint. I'm super excited to try it out. If you hear a little noise, it's the fan because the ceiling fan doesn't work and I haven't replaced it yet. So I have a little tower fan. And it's not super loud, but you can probably hear it. Kind of sounds like wind. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of this in here. Oh, let's see. Is there a paper? There is a paper thing in there. Look at that. So well sealed. Okay. Come on. I'm going to do some of this orange shimmer called Pure Sunshine and some of this bubblegum pink. It's not shimmer, but it's just hot pink, which I love hot pink, so we're going to use it. Okay. Oh, so pretty. And look, you can heat set these paints, so we'll be able to dry them kind of quick. So let's see. We'll do one here. And these are nice and thick. One thing Ranger's always done a good job with their paints is they don't have a lot of water in them because they're meant for paper crafting, and they don't, since there's not a lot of water in them, they don't tend to buckle your paper. But the caveat to that is, you know, you got to use them because once you open them up, since there's not much moisture in them, they tend to dry up. Now this is my first try of the Dylusions paints, and since hers are packaged a little different, I don't know how quickly they will dry up. So I think I'm going to use a Sharpie or something and mark on the cap today's date, and then see if I don't use it up before it dries up, how long it takes it to get weird. Of course, we like it weird, don't we? This is such a pretty color. Probably should be using a better brush for this, but this is what I'm using, so it's just gonna have to deal, right? Okay. This big guy over here. Like a stiffer brush, I feel like I need. Ooh, maybe I should use a palette knife. There we go. Couple of dots here. Oh yeah, I made those completely messy, didn't I? I've never had a good hand with the stencil because I'm too much of a slob. That's all right. We're going to do a little outlining with the paint pen, so All right, and let's put a couple down here. Yep, I'm globbed under. Maybe I should be taping it down. That would probably help. Probably help a lot. This is not the fault of the stencil. It's the fault of the human with the paintbrush. Let's see if those are a little better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, then we'll go over here. Make a little more of a mess. You hear Sam? Put a rug in my room. And we have tile. We did a tile floor. And it's fabulous because pretty much anything I've gotten on it has come right off. So that's been great. But the wheels on my office chair are leaving like black stuff on the floor. And not just like streaky marks, like hunks of black stuff. And when I sit at my desk, like my feet are freezing. So I got a little, it's like a 3x5, just a little hot pink rug. And I put it under my desk. And then someone in one of my groups posted that they got on Amazon clear wheels for their office chair. They're basically like inline skate wheels, but they're meant for your office chair. So I'm going to replace the wheels with those. And then see if that helps. All right, let me get baby wipe out and wipe this off. So hopefully that will keep my floor looking decent. The Sam wipes this rug. It's like really, I really don't know how long or how well it's going to hold up because it's an Amazon cheap find. And it's really slippery and soft and stuff, so he loves it. He comes in here and lays on. I don't have to move a bed in here for him anymore. He just comes in and lays on the rug. So that's kind of nice. All right, I'm only wiping down the back side because the colors mix a little bit. That might make me happy. I should have got another cup out while I was in the drawer, though. Hold on one second. Ah! Stay. That stuff popping out. Maybe I'll hit that with the heat gun a little bit. Look at the shimmer. Can you see the shimmer? It's freaking beautiful. I want all of her shimmer paints. And look how quick they dry. I mean, oh, that one's a little wet, but dry quick, quick, quick. This is the back side. This froggy page. I don't know if I ever showed this froggy page, but this is a Viva Las Vegas stamp. Okay, let's open this one up. Oh, Sam's leaving. Bye, Sam. You hear his little claws. Tick, 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 tick. He's got old man claws. I can't get them short. I trim them at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and they're still, just cannot get them short. So he just tick, tick, ticks around the house. But you know what? He's an old man, so if he wants to tick around the house, he can tick around the house. Okay. Let's see if I can mess this up some more. Ah, such a pretty color of paint. Very excited about it. It's kind of my color. Oh yeah, I just got that under there. I'm telling you, can't take me anywhere. Maybe I should be using a foamy thing. Might work better since I'm such a mess, huh? This one here. This one here. Yep, total mess. It's hard to find good help these days. straighten them out a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to go around them with paint pens and kind of doodly circle around them. So I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot, but might be driving some of you out there in YouTube land a little crazy that they're such a mess. So I'm trying to not be so terrible. Alright. Oh, the kids were here last weekend. They actually came with the grandbaby because my daughter needed some stuff done in her car, and you know, Dad did it, so it was an excuse to make them come. That was kind of nice. And actually, my son-in-law helped. They took her car into Dad's work and did an alignment and I think brakes and checked out some weird noises she had. And so they got some time alone, which I think was probably a good thing. Because my son-in-law doesn't really like open up to us a lot, so hoping maybe if he had some dad time without me around and without Chris, you know, my daughter around to bite his face off, maybe he'd be a little more open. Alright, I'm gonna heat this for a sec just to make sure. Oh, got my new Ranger heat tool. Oh, and I murdered my sidekick. I think I told you guys that. Hubs fixed it once, but he was like, you know, this is probably not gonna last you very long, just so you know. And he was right. I got about 3 times using it out of it, and the little metal washer thing fell out again. So he was like, yeah, it's not salvageable. Throw it out. But I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to get another sidekick, because there's a few small ones out right now that have a bigger, you know, a slightly larger opening. And the sidekick braking, it wasn't anything wrong with the sidekick. I had a whole, like 5 of the little bitty dies on the cutting plate, and what happened was one shifted on top of another one. And obviously it was too thick to do that, to go through the machine. So it jammed up. A little metal washer fell out when it jammed up. Hubs had to take it apart to unjam it. And he put the little metal washer back in it, but he was like, yeah, that's probably not gonna. So I think I'm looking at the We Are Memory Keepers Mini Evolution, because it's 3 point something inches wide. So the cutting plates are 3 inches wide. And I'm like, ooh, need a little more space. Wouldn't be sad about that. All right, let's put you right there. It looks like I'm getting the hang of this a little better, huh? See, I usually ink through my stencils, or I spray through them. Don't do a whole lot of paintbrush. And I'm heavy-handed. I'm very well aware. I know what my flaws are. Alright, I think that's it. Put the brush back in water. Wipe this off with a baby wipe. I should start doing the Tim Holtz way and have a little pan with water so I can just throw stuff in it. And then actually clean it all when I'm done, because as long as it stays wet, you know, you can wipe stuff off. He calls it his lasagna pan, I think. Yeah. Ooh, look what that did. Should do that on some paper. So this stencil I've had in my collection for a while, but this one I just got. And I don't know that it's new, but it's new to me. Let's see. Oh, next, probably by the end of the month, I will be doing a craft room tour finally. Okay, so this one is white. Yes. Posca paint pen. Posca, Posca. I don't know how you say it. Get her going. Oh yeah. And we'll... Oh, come on. Doodle around. I'm going to doodle around with black too. I'm not going to doodle around everybody with white. Ooh, there we go. Doodle around this one. And we'll go around this way. Oh, I don't know if anybody knows out there. I'm sure you do because it's been talked about, but my one of my favorite shows ever, Dexter, is coming back on. I'm a little nervous about it. I'm afraid it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna have to watch it because, man, I used to love me some Dexter. Let's just do some random little circles and things. Why not? There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Need to get some of the Dylusions paint pens and try them out. She always says she doesn't use them to actually like paint her pages or anything. She uses them for writing. So I think I could use them for doodling too. Okay, and paint pen. There we go. Make some dots and spots. Dots and spots. Alright, some more circles. Alright, is that crazy enough? Okay. Blast it with the heat. Excuse me. A frog or something in my throat. I need some water. Try a little bit from the back. Helps keep your paper a little flatter, a little nicer, a little happier. Okay, so this one, I wanted to, I think I am going to use some tape because I want it to behave for me. I always keep some painter's tape and washi tape around. If you see my little journal page, it's 5x7. Just like the stencil is 5x7. Okay. There we go. And Going to fill in some of these. Just love these wonky rectangles. I don't know why they stuck out to me the way they did, but they did. And then there's another one called Gumdrops that I want. Dun, 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 dun. Does anyone else's ears not enjoy the sound of a paint pen? Because mine don't. Oh, you guys, this week is the last episode of The Handmaid's Tale till the next season. Ugh. Not ready. See, we came into it just this year and we binge watched it. So, you know, when we caught up to where it was caught up with the current episodes, we had to wait a week, and I was like, no, what's going to happen to June in a week? It was terrible. There's some theories that going around that Fred Waterford's going to be executed. And you know what? I will not be sad if that happens. Not at all. I have no sympathy for that man at all. I have very little for Serena Joy, but I do have a little bit for her because, you know, I think what she thought she was helping to create is not what happened. And then I think she thought once she realized it was going badly, that, well, at least she would be safe because she was, you know, a wife of somebody high up in the thing, but did not turn out that way. She has not been safe. And now she's pregnant. And there's talk of, you know, her baby being taken away and what would happen to her if she gets sent back to Gilead, that they'd probably make her handmaid since they know she can get pregnant. I don't know. And in last week's episode, spoiler alert, Nick and June were able to meet up for him to see Nicole. And seeing them together, she doesn't smile around Luke the way she does with Nick, even in the before. I mean, there's something really special between her and Nick. Of course, I like Nick. Although, I gotta tell you, I watched an interview with the guy that plays Nick. Dude's got a British accent. I'm like, what? I think he's a cutie. I didn't think he was all that attractive when the show first started, because I don't think men look like they're men when they're that young. But, you know, went on for a few years, and he aged, and he's very, very attractive to me. Alright, let's see. See if we're happy. Oh, yeah. Alright, so. Fun stencil. And Hubs and I have been watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love that show. Charlie and I were sitting watching it one day while we were having lunch. I'm singing the theme song to him, and he's just looking at me like he was amazed that I knew it. It was cute. That kid, he's something. There. I dig it. I dig it. There we go. Alright, lid. And I had this die cut to put on. Let's see. This was cut on the silhouette. You know, I like to have my little stash. It's even pre-stickied. Oh, I can't go there because of the hole. There we go. Oh yeah, how about like that? Yes, please. And then do we want to add this one anywhere? Maybe up at the tippy top. Around to that. So it looks like it's meant to be the end. Okay, so this little doggo, which I'm not coloring, I'm just going to leave him, came from those Dylusions coloring pages I've told you about before. I'll show you the full sheet of it. Let's see. Isn't that cute? I love it. Although I kind of want to paint his pants pink. But that's okay. So, oh, about like that. We need to tape him on there. I'm not getting out the matte medium. I'm just gonna use some Scotch double-sided tape. Because I'm really feeling lazy. I like the saying that comes on that page. Oh, I know some people I'd like to say that too. But I'm a good girl, so I don't. Doesn't mean I don't wanna. Okay. Oh, and super exciting news for my neck of the woods. Both Disney and Universal are saying no masks if you're fully vaccinated. Ugh. Man, those holes are in my way. So that's a little exciting for those of us who abhor wearing a mask. And our favorite restaurant in the Disney is opening up July 9th. It's called Ohana. It's over at the Polynesian Resort, which is where I used to work. I was in custodial over there though. And I went online the first day that you can make reservations to get us a dinner reservation. We have some friends who've never been there, so we wanted to take them. Listen, there is no dinner from now until August. None. And I mean, I'm talking middle of the week, nothing. Because my husband's got vacation days, and he's like, if we gotta go during the middle of the week, that's fine, because I got days to use up. Because, you know, we haven't been traveling or anything. There's nothing. So we end up with a breakfast, which is fine. I like the breakfast there, but we really like the dinner there. Because the noodles, hello, and the bread pudding. So we're gonna go over for, it's it's brunch time. It's 11:55 reservation. So we're gonna go over and have breakfast. Go wander around the resort a little bit because I miss it terribly. I'll probably cry because I'm a big baby. But I've been looking, I keep every other day, I get on there and I spend about half an hour plugging in for party of 2 for dinner. And like I said, he said he didn't care what night of the week it was. I totally went astray there. And for what? Well, I pulled some of my stickles off. For just him and I to go for dinner. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm very aggravated. And I like this saying, my brain has too many tabs open. I've used it before. And it's still true. Okay. Ooh, I think I'm going to dot some stickles around too. I'm trying to get the words on. Now stickles, you can dry with a hot heat gun. It doesn't get all messed up and melted like the, you know, like you use the cheap stuff from the kids' craft department. And it's self-leveling. So like where I had to put that blob, when that dries, it will not be a blob, which is awesome. I'm a stickles believer, man. Oof, come back. There we go. And these are a little too little to put the tape on, so. Okay, stay. Stay, boo-boo. Now, the question is, should I go around the words too with my paint pen? What do we think, homies? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it. Let's pump this up a little bit. Oh my gosh, we've been doing 80s throwback at church. Oh, it's not down, is it? Last 2 weeks, and we've got 2 more weeks to go. But I've been dressing up, but I'm not going to this weekend because it's Father's Day, and I figured I'd be normal for my husband. But it has been fun. I've been crimping my hair, which, let me tell you, when you got a lot of hair, it takes a long time. I told Pete the first week, I said, oh, I remember why I don't do this anymore. Because, dang. And I have less hair than I did back in the day because I've had radiation and brain surgery. So, you know, you'd think right now it'd be easier, but can't imagine trying to do the hair I used to have at this point. My brain has too many tabs open. Well, yes it does. All right, clean up a few more of these again. Maybe I'll just. Dun, dun. And then should we do some and wait? Wipe that off. Oh, we've taught we've taught the grandbaby to say winker. And Oh, Kristen taught him swing. And she was trying to teach him, because we are fans of Ace Ventura Pet Detective. So she was trying to teach him the whole, to catch the dolphin, to find the dolphin, you must think like the dolphin, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And okay. Well, he hasn't quite got the whole okay, but when he says okay, he says, okay! And I think it's the best. He loves the Muppet Show. He still calls it Menominat, which I think is great. I love that he's, you know, latched on to some of that stuff that we like. I like that. That was not something I was planning on, but I like it. And I will tell you, these Posca, however you say it, paint pens are so much nicer than the ones from the craft section. And I also prefer them over the Liquitex. I didn't feel like my Liquitex ones were very, I guess, user-friendly. They weren't opaque enough. I definitely like these Posca, whatever one's better. I wouldn't be sad if they sent me a bunch. I would not be sad about it at all. Now I have a project I've been working on. I had a resin experiment because I played with some resin, you know, years and years ago from Illuminite. The people that make amazing mold putty and stuff. I was on their design team for a year. And then once I got done with that, I just never wasn't something I like stuck with. But my uncle's been wanting these projects and stuff, and he wanted one for, I mean, this deal that was potential was like a really big, I mean, like $1 million deal by the time it was said and done. And I'm like, dude, you know, I don't do fancy, and I don't do expensive stuff. That's not me. You need to go to an actual art gallery if you want that type of thing. He's like, oh no, you know, we'll come up with something. Like he's helping, right? So I talked to my Bible study group about it. I'm like, y'all got to pray for me because I don't know what to do about this. And like a week later, I was talking to my close friend about it, and she's in that group, and she was like, I had a dream. I know what you should do. And she told me what she thought, and I'm like, that is a great idea. So since I haven't played with resin in a billion years, you know, I kind of did like a trial run project, and it turned out really cute. Maybe I'll pull it over here and show it to you, except it's in a little wooden box and it leaked. But other than that, I mean, my husband really likes it. He's like, you can put that out in the living room, what are you gonna do with it? And I was like, well, figure out how to get the resin that leaks out off the back of it and clean up the back. And I'm like, yeah, we'll keep it because it is really pretty. It was a good experiment. So it worked. So I look at that. So I got the tray and started on it, and I got the first layer of paint in. So I gotta do the first layer of resin today, because I leave like 3 days for the paint to dry, and then I let the resin sit for 3 days because it's really humid here. And obviously we have air conditioning because you about couldn't survive. I don't know how homeless people do it, but even with the air on, it's like it takes things a long time to dry. So do the resin the first layer of resin today, and then I'll show you. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so there we go. That's it. That was simple, right? And kind of a mess, but turned out cute in the end. Y'all, get yourself some of this Dylusions shimmer paint, because it is the best. Oh, and the stickless color I used, Tropical Tangerine. Oh yeah, I was gonna put some put some, just a few dots of it here and there. This is a very translucent color of Stickles, but ugh, so pretty. It's like neon. It was always, when it came out, I was like, yep, that one's got to come live at my house. There we go. Dun, dun. Gotta have some tropical tangerine. There we go. That's even better. That's very loud, isn't it? All right, let me go grab that box and I'll show you. So there we go. Show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So look at that. Isn't that cool? I'm going to shut this light off. It's glaring. So this is a wooden box from either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I think it's meant to be a cradle board and you work on the flat side, but I wanted it for like a tray. So I painted this wave. I used Stickles in it. I used this one. Painted the wave. Did a layer of resin. Painted more on of the wave. And then did a second layer of resin. And it turned out beautiful. But what happened, it leaked. So there's like, and where it leaked, it's kind of sticky because I think of the way it reacted to the stain. So I had to Google, you know, like how do you get resin off of stuff. And what I found was to use acetone, and it'll like soften the resin enough that you can like pop it off. So I need to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get some acetone and see if I can get that back cleaned up. And then I'll probably just have to restain it, but you know, I'm all right with that. So that's it. I'm telling you, when you got spare time, or when you're sitting watching YouTube, get your scraps out and die cut stuff, because it's the best thing ever to just have stuff ready. I got some dies last week. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Look at this little bow. I'm going to sit while I'm listening to YouTube later today and cut out all of them I can out of scraps, all different colors. And I'm actually putting some packages of die cuts together for sale. And I've been selling them on Facebook. And they've been going pretty well. So if you want any, feel free to message me and let me know. But otherwise, I guess that's it for today. And, you know, just look at that. Oh, it turned out so good. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.